Meeting is being recorded. Great.
And
All
I
right.
have
6 people.
people here, so
All right.
let me
Okay, let's begin. Yeah, please. Go
I
ahead.
want to introduce myself. I'm Dick Wagner, Richard Wagner, financial planner of some 30 years experience. The information you have at the top dealing with me is all about 11 years out of date, but it's accurate up to 11 years ago. And since then, I've been working with Worth Living LLC, dealing with trying to help people bring vision and balance to their relationships with money. I, for some time, was the head of the Integral Finance Center. I worked with Ken Wilber to bring integral principles to the world of finance. And that means both spiral dynamics and integral thinking. For those of you who know the spiral dynamic systems, Don Beck and Ken Wilber, and looking at money from a holistic perspective, an integral perspective of dealing with the exterior phenomenon of money, which is most of the financial services world, and then looking at the interior aspects of money, working with individuals and their value systems and how they're put together around money, and in groups and the group thinking around money, that you're dealing with the what we call the I space and the we space, which is pretty fascinating stuff. That there's been almost no research done on the we space, and I have I will admit to a bias around behavioral finance, that I believe behavioral finance is an exterior look at primarily interior issues, that is looking at people in large groupings. If you recall the assignments for today, all of that mathematics is around groups and not around individuals. That we deal with, in behavioral finance, we're dealing with denominators, and in the world of the interior, we're dealing with numerators. And for those of you who are working with individuals as part of your own professional activities, your relationships with your clients are numerator-based relationships, not denominator-based relationships. So it's easy to confuse behavioral finance with psychology, but it's the psychology taken at large, not the psychology of each individual. And it's wise to keep that in mind as we go through our materials. Another thing that was missing in the description of my background is that I have been very active politically in the financial planning world, and was honored in 2003 with receiving the P. Kemp Fain Jr. Award from the Financial Planning Association. That award is literally the most prestigious award given in the Financial Planning Association's world, and it was quite an honor to get that. I also received an award in 2002 for a call for papers bringing integral principles to the world of finance. That paper won, was acknowledged as the winning paper by the Financial Planning Association. So I come not with a strong academic background, because I've been primarily a practitioner, but I have brought an intellectual interest in what financial planning is all about, and what working with individuals and their money is all about. And I'm embarking on we'll talk about it a bit later, but I'm embarking on creating the Department of Phenology for an imaginary university to look at money from the individual's perspective. That, again, a couple of interesting things about money and about our world is that there is no word in the English language to describe the relationship between human beings and money. And we'll be bringing that into our conversations around behavioral finance. But I think it's rather amazing that there's literally no language like diner that would tie an act, a verb, with a noun. And there aren't those words for our relationship with money, which I think discloses a lot about the mystery that is money, and the mystery that that we face when we're working with people's behaviors around money. There is a sparse amount of academic behavior around individuals. So right now we're in a situation where psychologists, for the most part, are afraid of money, although money is becoming a more and more common undertaking for psychologists. It's got the same status in terms of numbers that sex had, say, 100 years ago, and money is got all those attributes that sex had. It's a mystery that nobody wants to talk about, and when you do open up the subject, it gets pretty intense pretty quickly. So we'll be bringing those aspects. Two other things that I think are important about individuals and money is that the macroeconomists deem the character that sort of stands for some of the behaviors that were addressed in the first chapter is Homo economicus. And Homo economicus stands in as the human being of record for the work that macroeconomists engage in. And Homo economicus, as you might imagine, is a sort of a sliver of a human being that it's not something that you want to be proud to be. It's maximizing those utilities that are part of that, part of those theories. And finally, macroeconomists deem money to be value neutral. If you work with individuals in money, you know that money is value laden, that there's very little that carries more thump in terms of how people operate than their relationships with money. It's still a taboo. People don't know it, and it's changing shape pretty dramatically and pretty effectively. I suggest that there is very little we have to learn from prior generations that will carry us fully into what's coming in terms of our relationships with money. So we're dealing with an exciting and pretty unexplored territory when we're talking about the psychology of money and behavioral finance. And I'm excited to be here and dealing with an academic circumstance, particularly with someone of the experience and knowledge of Dr. Basu. So that's me. And if you would all introduce yourselves in order and tell us a little bit about yourself and why you're here and what you hope to get out of the class, and even a response to that conversation that I just had. So I'm going to go first to Chad Gann.
Hey, Dick, can you turn on your camera?
My camera's on.
No? Can everyone see you?
I don't know. I'm not there.
Oh.
There we go. You see me?
No, they're not seeing. Did you see start my webcam? And then start sharing?
Start webcam.
Start my webcam. It should be top right.
Right.
If you click start my webcam.
My picture's showing. Start sharing.
Start sharing. That's all. Yeah.
You see me now?
Yep. There you go.
Okay, and you're coming on.
Hey. Yeah. They can see us both. Yeah. Pretty cool. Technology.
I'm a little older than that picture.
Not so old. You want to enable Chad?
All right.
Audio, Chad's audio.
For you, Sam.
No, I'm
for Chelsea. Is that?
Yeah, Chelsea is okay right now, but do you want the students to go first or me for the introduction?
Anybody talk? Sam?
Yeah. Can you hear me? Hello? Oh, okay. Hold on. Maybe that's a reason. Saying my volume is really high.
Hello? Sam?
Yeah. Can you hear me now? Hello? Chelsea, your mic's on. Can you tell us something about this? You can talk out. Hello, Dick?
Chad, you've just been made a presenter.
No, I'm fine. Let's start the introductions. And right now, you don't make Chelsea a presenter. No need. Hold on. No, you can disable that. Disable that. You don't need to make her a presenter. Don't make anyone a presenter. I'm there. I'm fine. Don't move me out. All right, don't do anything. Hold on. Okay, what happened to me? Okay. Let's see. All right. If you right click on Chad's name, or left click on Chad's name,
Hello?
You will see. Hello. Can you hear me? Hello? All right, let me mute mine. I can hear you. Can you hear me? Look at the chat. Dick? Hello, Dick? Can you look at the chat? Oh, everyone can hear. I don't think he can hear. Wait. Hey, Dick, can you hear me? No.
Hey, Dick, this is Colin. Can you hear me?
Hello? I think Dick has lost his volume. Let me see what I can do. It shouldn't be too. Yeah, I think so. I'll give him a call, but I'll keep talking. So let me do this. In the meantime, let me introduce myself to some of you who haven't had a class with me, and hopefully by that time we'll get Dick back. I'll call him and ask him to relog back. Sometimes that works. Okay. He's picking up his phone. His audio is working. His video is working. Hello, can you guys hear me? Okay, good. All right. I don't think I wanted that. We'll try again. All right, listen. Let me introduce myself briefly, and hopefully we'll get Dick back on track by the time he gets back on the phone. I'm Dr. Basu, Som. Feel free to call me Som or Dr. Basu. Hold on a moment. Hey, Dick. Log out and then log back in. Do you have your password and everything, right? Make sure you have those. Yeah. Is your audio connected? And okay. Just try that. Make sure you have your password. Oh, okay. Hold on. Oh, shoot. Yeah, try speaking now. Can you hear me on the mic? Hold on. Hello? What? All right. Okay. Password. What? The password. Keep that handy. All right. Yeah, I can see you, but and I'm thinking you just have to go to the top left where you see the microphone. The button to the right, the pull See. Microphone is muted.
No, it isn't, but it might have been. Can you hear me now?
Go ahead and say something.
Hello?
Yeah, I think I can hear you. I don't know if the students can hear you. Keep talking. Hello?
Now I can hear somebody.
Oh, wonderful. Can you hear me?
Somebody talk?
Can you hear me, Dick? Hello?
Hello?
Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Hello? Can you hear me, Dick? Can't hear me, huh? Can't hear me? On the phone. Look at the picture. Hello? Can you see me? Hello? Hey, I'm sorry, guys. One of the things I wanted to do in the introduction was to point out that Dick is still trying to get the system going for him, and he's been having some trouble, and I wanted to let you know that this is something we had expected, and it's happening as expected. It's sort of like Murphy's Law.
Hi.
Hi. I would suggest if you want to go and look for that password.
Okay.
Just log out and come back in, and
All right.
I'll keep the class going till then.
Sorry?
I'll keep the class going till then. I'll keep the class going.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you.
All right, sorry. He's going to try and log out and then log back in, and we should be okay. Yeah, we can all hear him. He can't hear any of us. So that's what's happening here. And I don't know if I can give you guys. I can't give you guys any what do you call it? Privileges for speaking and stuff. So that's one issue. I'll wait for Dick to log back. All right, let me go back to myself, who I am. I think pretty much all of you know who I am. I'm also the director of the institute here. I'm a professor of finance, and cutting to the chase, this is a big interest area of mine. All right, this is a topical interest area of mine for both research and for teaching. And about 2 terms ago, I set up the class the way you're going to see it. So I will discuss that once Dick comes back when we go through the syllabus. But let me speak a bit about the class itself. As Dick talked about, the utility stuff, you read in chapter 1 and chapter 3 about the numbers and the utility stuff. It's served us well so far. That's what I'll say. Theory of utility and modern portfolio theory, efficient market hypothesis, stuff that people work with in industry. We've been using these techniques and tools for a while, and we've come to a point where they're not working anymore, and we needed to understand what was not working. And one of the areas that has emerged to tell us very strongly why it isn't working is because of the newfound understanding that we're really trying to fit round pegs in square holes or square pegs in round holes, because all our models are based on the idea that investors are rational, markets are efficient, and therefore all problems can be solved using something like a modern portfolio theory approach, black box approach. But we are finding out more and more that not only are markets not efficient, most investors are irrational when it comes to making money decisions. And Dick touched on that briefly, that people are not rational when they make money decisions. And in fact, our emotional makeup are not only psychological, but he said psychological in groups. I like to think of that as sociological. We also make economic decisions sociologically. For example, the austerity you see around today because of low jobs and so on, it's a social phenomenon now, and it affects the economy as a whole. So it's psychological issues, sociological issues in economic decision making. And it's simply not like just numbers. We can't just crunch numbers and say, hey, this is the best stock or this is the best portfolio. We got to take in the mental makeup of the investor as well, which includes sociological and psychological makeup and mind frame, because when you make decisions under uncertainty, these socio-psychological sort of balances within us have a very strong influence on our decisions. And oftentimes they are at conflict with the rational decision because our social and emotional sort of intelligences are so strong around economic decision making. Further, it's not just social or psychological, it's also neurological. In this course, we will explore the relationship between mental health and financial health, because personal finance, financial advisors are nothing but financial health practitioners. So there is a very strong connection between financial health and mental health. And if you don't have good mental health, it will go into the body. So it's financial health, mental health, and physical health. The connection, the neurological connection between the three, and there's a paper that we are going to get into it sort of looks at the relationship between how secure people's retirement income plans are, like, how fixed their annuities are in retirement, whether they're social security annuity or annuities bought from companies, fixed annuities, not variables. How secure is your income stream expected in retirement for distribution? The more fixed they are, the more comforting it would be to a client, because they know every week, 2 weeks or a month the check will arrive, exact amount. And what we find in the study is that the relationship between having a fixed retirement income plan and the number of mental depression symptoms, there's a strong correlation, inverse correlation. The less prepared you are for a secure financial lifestyle with a fixed payment scheme, the more mental problems you're going to have. And that's a very good one-to-one connection between financial health and mental health. So we'll explore that. So going beyond, I hope you guys can hear me, because I keep seeing you guys typing the same thing. All right, anyway, sorry, pardon the interruption. Yeah, so the main idea here is that it's important for us, especially at this juncture in the global economy, to depart from this idea that everything is done rationally. Utility theory, investment behavior, investment theory, everything is rational, and we don't need any of this stuff. That needs to come to an end right away. We need to start exploring alternate methods of investment which are based on heuristics but are much more tuned in with human behavior and investment decision-making behavior or retirement decision-making behavior. Wherever you're making money decisions, what is the behavior? And that behavior is also emotional, psychological, social, and neurological. And this is a class to explore that. You will see lots of stuff with financial literacy issues with your clients. So this is a big class on the importance of educating your clients soundly. All right? Importance of educating your clients soundly on the behavioral issues that make it difficult for both client and advisor to work together. And if you learn this thing well and you appreciate it, you should have the power to educate your clients before the fact of how things turn out in the markets and the economy, because you are so much more better equipped to talk about things that they can relate to. And you'll see that lots of stuff. All right, so that's the introduction. You can see this is a big passion. I have lots of research projects. I would encourage all of you to, if you are interested in the subject, to contact me to do research work together. You have a big paper in this class, and I have already talked with Dick, Professor Wagner, that those papers are great papers for publication. If you can write a really good paper, we will give you feedback. And both Dick and I, and especially Dick, and I want to come back to Dick in a moment, we will co-author with you. We will write with you. We'll work with your work. We'll edit with you. We will find the magazines, we'll send the articles, we'll get you printed and published in national journals. That's what this class is about. It's a seminar class. It's not very structured. And we'll get to that when we get to the syllabus. It's a very seminar level class. So there's a lot of independence that you will get in this class to explore stuff in depth. And it's all going to be about these issues. And I do hope you are hearing me, because I would like to see at least 1 or 2 papers from this class getting published in national journals. I can tell you up front that that's very easy, because right now in October in the Retirement Management Journal, Brian Barkley and myself have a paper in October 2011 Retirement Management Journal, and Brian was a first student in this class with me in this behavior class about a year ago or a year and a half ago when I first taught this class. And he wrote a paper, then he and I worked for about a year together on getting the paper ready. We submitted it to the journal. It was published this October. Now Brian is going to get reprints, put it in his portfolio for his clients to see. And that's the level we want you guys to be at, and that's the level this class is going to be. I can see Professor Wagner's back. Yeah, absolutely. I want you to be in that mode that this is a research-oriented class. It's a seminar class where you're going to explore ideas and do research on behavioral aspects of financial decision making. Okay? All right. Do you have any questions, anyone? And you'll have to type, because I can't give you speaking privileges. Any questions? Thank you. Thank you. Hello? All right. All right. If you have no questions, I can see Professor Wagner's here. Ah, Professor Wagner's typing. Great. Yeah, and he can't. Ooh. No. No. Let me see. How can you see his mic icon? You can see Richard's mic icon?
There he is.
Everybody's a presenter.
Hey, wonderful. Hey, you're back.
Sorry about that, guys. I had no idea what happened.
No problems. No problems. Are you set? You're one of us now. All right? I don't know if you can enable student audio. Can you?
I made everybody a presenter.
You have, but don't they have to enable their audios? Can you guys all enable your audios? Let's see what happens then. Wonderful. Someone's on. Please try and wait for our cues to speak. That's all. Otherwise, you'll have echoes all over. Wonderful. Tom's on. Please connect all your audios. And I need some light here. All right. Okay, that's very good. So let's start with Colin.
Sure.
Could you introduce yourselves for about a minute or two?
My name's Colin Castagnola. I'm actually in the internet field, so I'm not in financial planning today. I'm one of those who would like to at some point make a career transition. So everything's going fine in my field today, but it's lost some of its luster, so to speak. So I want to do something I'm more interested in, and I think financial planning, I can kind of bring in some of my both technical skills to a degree and sales skills, more of the kind of customer-facing, customer-friendly piece of things. Go ahead. And I just wanted to mention, happily married. I live in Leesburg, Virginia, with 3 children that keep me very busy.
Wonderful. Hey, Colin, I wanted to let you know that we have a few people in our program from the IT area and with the same ideas of transition. And there's a lot of opportunity for the two, like software architecture or hardware architecture for planners and so on, and software setups and all that. There's a big opportunity here too. We can talk about that later. All right. You want to go, Chad? Dick, can you hear us all?
Oh, very well. Very well. And nice.
All right, why don't you take over then? Yeah, please go ahead. Take over, please.
Okay.
I think we did call in, and you can go back to Chad.
I'm going back to Chad, yes. Chad, I know you're in Germany. Chad?
Yes, good morning. It's 3 o'clock in the morning here, so please forgive me if throughout the course I might miss a morning or two somewhere along the way, trying to balance between school and work. I've been in the Air Force for 17 years now.
Hopefully. And hopefully you'll take some notes in your own process and be able to share it with some others.
Dick, you might want to start your webcam. I'll stop mine. I think that might be an issue too.
Well, I started. Okay. There I am. You see me?
Yeah.
At any rate,
wonderful.
Chad, welcome. And I appreciate your sacrifice both on behalf of the country and on behalf of your sleep schedule. Chelsea? Chelsea Hodel? Hello?
She's coming. Hello, Chelsea? Can you hear us?
Can you hear me? Hello?
Yeah. Can hear you.
Yeah.
You share a little bit about yourself?
Go ahead.
Can you guys hear me?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Oh, okay. I was having trouble hearing some other people talking, so some people were in and out, so hopefully you guys can hear me all clearly.
Mm-hmm.
It's very well.
But my name is Total. Okay. I am currently just a stay-at-home mom right now. I just had a baby in July, and I'm just trying to keep myself busy in school until I'm ready to start my career. Hopefully I will be working with military families. My husband is retired medically from the Marine Corps, so we have a lot of financial experience with military. Those kind of are special finances to work with. So hopefully I'd like to advise military families.
Excellent.
Wonderful.
You know, one of the nice things about financial planning is you can make your time your own and do children and work at the same time. So good luck with that. We've already talked to Colin. Jessica.
We lost his.
Sorry? Lost Colin? No. Chelsea?
No, it's okay. You're fading in and out once in a while, so we'll keep track. Let's go ahead.
So
we got Chelsea. Jessica, I think, is next.
Jessica? She doesn't have a micro. I don't have a microphone for her.
Hello?
Yeah, yeah. We can hear you, Jessica.
Oh, you can? Okay. Well, I just graduated college in May with a bachelor's in biology, and I really like working with numbers. Like, the most fun thing out of like the entire major was like working with data. And so when I was looking at grad school, I didn't really want to go back into studying more cells and doing things like that. So I took accounting during my last year of college. And when I was talking to the accounting professor, she was like, well, if you like working with numbers, you might try finance or something in that field. And so when I was looking at different programs, I found this one, and I thought that this would be something that would be flexibility working in either accounting or in finance. So that's why I chose.
Oh, man. You can't hear me?
Wonderful. Well, I hope I didn't scare you too much. You'll find lots of courses here with numbers, all right?
I'm here.
So, all right. So, not to worry. Lots of number. I'm teaching one right now.
Okay.
Okay. I hope we didn't lose Dick again. Hello? Dick? All right. Do you want to introduce yourself, Robert, and I will update Professor Wagner, Dick on you guys, and we get moving. Hello.
I can.
Hello, Robert.
Can you hear me?
If you have already
Can you hear me?
spoken, would you please disconnect
Yes.
your audios if you've already introduced yourselves? Hello, Robert. Dick, can you hear? Oh, good. I think Robert is... Oh, wonderful. You're back. What's happened to Robert?
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes, now we can.
Yes, this is my third semester here, and I'm located out of Miami, Florida. I've been in the financial services business about 16 years. Primarily, 90% of the work I do is insurance-based business. And so I'm looking forward to the class. I missed a little bit of the intro, but it sounds very interesting, and looking forward to working with everyone.
Thank you. Thank you. I think Twee?
And she's in your courses and other courses, right, Sameth? And Tom? Tom Duplain?
Wonderful. Yeah, the number course.
You hear me
Crunching
now,
course.
Tom?
Robert, go ahead and disconnect your audio. Tom?
Well, can you share a little bit about yourself with us?
Yeah, fine. Tom? Tom may not be able to hear us.
Hello?
I'll just send him a quick. Oh, he's typing. So let Tom type. I think he has a volume issue there too.
I haven't, and I'm very frustrated.
Tom. Okay. No, he's typing. He can hear us, but I don't think his mic is working. Just opening day bumps. So please don't be too frustrated. We'll get this all sorted out. You've been here before, most of you.
Great, wonderful.
All right. I told them that while you were gone, that the technology in our program was challenging you a bit, but you'll come back full scale very shortly, and you did.
Perfect.
All right. So, okay, and Dick, I'm going to open the syllabus. All right. Yeah. So, and I'm going to. I open the syllabus and I reduce the size. And that way we can look at the class as well. Okay?
Please.
Can everyone see? Okay, good. All right, Tom, we'll come back to you. We do want to know your background. You should be, yeah? Hey, Dick, one last thing I wanted to.
Well, I'm really excited to be here. I think it's something I've wanted to do for some time, and I'm delighted to be participating. And I think that the whole world of I think money is the most powerful and pervasive secular force on the planet, and working with money is going to the essence of an awful lot of issues that affect us. So, and this behavioral finance is at the root of it all, in a whole lot of ways. So, we're going to have some fun. And still trying to figure out this classroom. And thank you. Well, how do I move the syllabus down? How do I move the syllabus? Okay. Let's center up financial planning program mission. No, I thought go back, please. Well, but we have to identify a mission. Identifying mission is all right, but the course. Okay, the mission's important. It's we're going to be developing ourselves and our sense of how we understand our clients. But I want to repeat the very important fact, and that is that behavioral finance deals with denominators. And the mission, talking about the needs of clients, clients come one at a time. And so it's important to remember that when we're looking at behavioral finance techniques, that they don't apply directly to all individuals. They apply to individuals taken as a whole. And part of the beauty is that we can understand contexts. Part of the danger is that we think that those contexts apply to everybody, and they don't. Financial planners work with numerators. And it's important to remember that our mission is to work with each and every individual that hires us and asks us for our expertise and our help. Does that make sense? Any thoughts on that? Well, in fractions, you have the number on the top, which is the numerator. Well, interior applies. There's the interior deals with what we call the I space, quote I, which is each individual, the stuff that you can't touch or see or feel. You can't use your senses to perceive what the individual is going through and what the individual's feelings are. There are techniques for getting at them, but it's important to remember that that each individual as a numerator has his or her own feelings and his or her own story. Everybody has their own story. I heard a person that did marriage counseling explain that one of the issues in marriages is that the husband and the wife believe that their script is the script of their partner, and it's not true. Each individual has their own story and what my friend Rick Kaler calls their money script, and that it's wise to remember. Professor Jacob Needleman observed at a lecture I heard from him once that everybody's weird about money, and it's important to remember that everybody's weird about money and that we have our own stories and our clients have their stories, and we need to listen, but their stories are not universally true. Behavioral finance looks at the denominator, which is everybody or whoever is in the study, and makes conclusions, fractional conclusions about people's predilections. Does that make sense? You just blanked out. And we can talk about that, but that's my bias. That's my bias, and I'm going to be bringing it to the course. The course description is, you're killing me, man. All right, well, the course description, if you find yourself getting lost, go back to the course description and get recentered. This is a weird field. This is a field that combines a lot of different types of knowledge and a lot of different courses. I have often said that financial planning is the ultimate liberal arts course, and that we deal with everything from psychology to biology to nanosciences to political science. That it's a big thing, and behavioral finance encompasses all of it. That it's easy to get lost in the individual fractions or the mathematics or the generalizations, but come back to this notion that it's that the behavioral studies involve science and the behavioral studies involve human behaviors. It's so we're trying to get well versed and an ability to analyze and critically evaluate both research and practical knowledge, and remembering that these people that honor us by hiring us to deal with their issues are human beings, and they're all weird. Make sense? So we're looking for outcomes and looking at being ethical ourselves, which is a problem. I found out 2 days ago that a past president of NAPFA, the National Association of Personal Financial Advisors, had been raided for tampering with client funds, and some $45 million. He's the second president of the organization that portrays itself as the most ethical, second president to go down on working with other people's money and taking it, or dealing with it unethically. So it's a big deal. There's temptations involved when you're working with money and you have authority over other people's money. That it's a lot of responsibility, and they're putting a lot of trust in. Some people don't really deserve it. So let's move along. We're going to be working. I believe that financial planning is going to become more and more collaborative. That the type of knowledge that people acquired 40 years ago when financial planning was just getting started is important, and you need to have a knowledge base, but it's so complex and so complicated. We're dealing with, I spent this afternoon with Lou Walker talking about developing financial planning handbooks for people in the aging process, people who are moving from competency to incompetency. How do you work with those people? How do you face their needs? And how do you acknowledge that you probably don't have all the skills required to deal with their issues? And it's important to develop an ability to establish a team. I'm not sure how many of you ever got a chance to see the original Mission Impossible series, but I like the opening scene where the head of the team picks out his team members for that week's ventures. That's sort of what I think financial planners are going to be doing in the next iteration, that we're going to be helping people pick out their teams, and those skills will be everything from gerontology to money management. And I need to load up my computer here. I apologize. I'm running out of power. And you won't like it if I do. So if you'll excuse me. Excuse me for a second. Everything. Well, again, money's the most pervasive secular force on the planet, and it's so by definition, it's going through all aspects of society. And financial planners are working with all of them, one way or another. We need to figure out a way to better serve the middle class and the underserved, but we're getting there. Okay, everybody's got their textbooks, I presume. Moving along. Tom? No, go ahead. I don't. You're the grading expert. You there? Thanks, guys. And I want to add, I want to add something. That is that this should be fun. Be learning a lot, but let's make it fun. And you know, I'm not a particularly hard ass kind of guy when it comes to grades. So let's have. I don't want to scare everybody with the everybody's getting a grade from everybody. That's it's a little scary from my perspective. Yes. Well, thank you for providing some organization and in context. I appreciate it. So let's do a little class participation. Talk about chapter 1 and what you think it's communicating and why it's important, or if it's important. And I think you're all live. So anybody? Colin, thoughts? You have read the chapters. Don't be shy. I need to hear somebody. Anybody on? Okay. I did. I did call on Colin. All right. All right. We have knocked out. We can hear you.
Can you hear me? Okay, sorry about that. Yeah, my audio was not connected and I was blabbing away. So, yeah, it's a lot about expected utility and kind of rationality. In fact, a lot of the things that Sam was just telling us that
how come they don't
while these have always served us in the past in finance and financial planning, in fact, a lot of these models or concepts, I mean, they work, they're valid, but they're not working today. As far as the situation that we're in today. So that's a good question. I would say I think it goes to what you were saying about I think they're valid, but it's more of the denominator, not the numerator, for one, and two, they're not. I'm trying to think of how I want to say this. They're dealing with what should be done, not what necessarily is done. So if everyone is behaving perfectly, logically, say, then okay, that's the way things will work out. However, as stated earlier, everyone gets frightened, everyone gets scared.
Well, I'll ask,
everyone gets depressed, in a funk. Their investments are down. Maybe someone's lost their job. Things of these nature, and they all impact how people are going to deal with financial issues in their life, because kind of the emotion bleeds over, so to speak.
Whoever's coughing, would you mute yourself, please? I'm not sure that it is valid. That it's based on principles of physics. The notion that economics is rational and has predictive capacities, and all those individual decisions that people make. They're not done. The denominators don't work scientifically. The denominators work as individual human beings, and well, I just don't believe that economics. I think economics tried to be a science, and like psychology has tried to be a science, and political science has tried to be a science, and sociology has tried to be a science. But there's a white coat syndrome that the social sciences have. They're not the same as physics. They're not the same as something that has mechanistic predictability, and that's. Right. And I like what you just said, Colin, that it's not based on laws of nature. But I think it's a useful starting place. And it's got informative capacities, but it's not scientific per se. Tom, are you hooked up? So, no, but if you want me to ask you something? I think it's important to be. I remember taking economics as a freshman or sophomore in college, and thinking that all these mathematical formulas that they had weren't descriptive of how human beings function. And I think I was right then, and I think I'm right now that it's not a science, and that it's important to understand those formulas because they do serve to help us understand decision making and how people make their very personal financial decisions. But for one, it generally talks about what's expected and not what is. That there is no price tag on all of these choices that people make that say this is worth X and not Y. Some thoughts? Modern portfolio theory type, well, that in a whole lot of ways, I think modern portfolio theory is just a fancy way of saying diversify and pray. So how many people have read the required material? If you've read it, could you talk about it? And Chelsea, I do want to emphasize that for future classes, I will look forward to having the material, having you have read the material and develop some opinions about it and the ability to converse intelligently about what the material is teaching. Next time, we'll spend time with Chapter 3 and Chapter 5. But Chapter 3 is pretty interesting as it gets into what causes people to make decisions and the irrationality of not understanding the risks propositions, the risk of loss propositions, that people will, depending upon how the formula is presented, people will respond with one answer with one presentation and another answer with the other, even though the math is exactly the same. So what's up with that? So I'm thinking that we probably need to prepare for next week. Reread chapter 1, please, and just understand its basics. The math is converts into English pretty easily, actually, but don't necessarily get caught up with the initials. For chapter 3, get caught up with the initials. That's you won't be able to make sense of it unless you do. And by initials, I mean prospect and the initials that they have with the mathematical formulas. But sorry for the technical difficulties in class 1. I'm looking forward to it, and I'm looking forward to making sure that this technology, which is really robust when it's working, works effectively for us. Chad? Okay. I don't see it, but go ahead, Chad.